Hi everyone, Heather here. Thanks for joining me today. Today I'm going to talk all about the ketogenic diet and why it will only get you so far with your cancer healing journey or when it comes to any healing, particularly with regard to mitochondrial diseases. We know today that pretty much every chronic disease that exists today has a mitochondrial dysfunction relationship going on at the heart of the matter. If we really want to rectify cancer and other mitochondrial diseases like type 2 diabetes, then we really need to get to the root of mitochondrial function, and we need to improve how your mitochondria are functioning on a daily basis, and that extends far, far, far beyond food. Now, a lot of food gurus and people who have composed books on the ketogenic diet for approaching cancer or just the ketogenic diet in general are missing a big piece that the population isn't getting. And this video actually is inspired by the post on my private Facebook group, the Keto Cancer Solution, that's designed to help people with cancer approach it from a really holistic, outside of the box way. Somebody posted there and that they'd been doing the ketogenic diet for 4 years and then they got cancer. And other people post on the group, I've been doing ketogenic diet for months and my cancer came back, or I've been doing ketogenic diet for years and my cancer came back, and nobody's talking about why, because not many people know why yet. And really, this video today is going to tell you why, so you can prepare your body, your mitochondria, and yourself better for approaching diseases like cancer and mitochondrial diseases. Now, I have to share that this video is not intended to diagnose, treat, or cure any illness, and it's not intended as medical advice. So I just need to put that out there. But what I'm going to share with you today should really help to expedite your healing vastly just by implementing these things into your life. Now, this is the beginning of March 2019, and in about 60 days I'm going to be launching a new site called Quantum Level Healing, and that site is going to be dedicated to teaching people how to heal and rectify mitochondrial diseases. And this is just a little taste of what's going to come there, and this is really going to help you if you have a mitochondrial disease or if you're looking to prevent one. So, why can the ketogenic diet only get you so far when it comes to approaching cancer and other mitochondrial diseases? Well, we have to break this down to a quantum level to really see the bits and pieces, the intricate parts that are interacting with your cells, with your mitochondria when your food is broken down. When you eat food, your food is broken down into protons and electrons. Okay, everyone in the ketogenic world is talking about counting macros, this much protein, this much fat, this much carbohydrates, etc. Well, that's extremely limiting in my experience, and you're putting your energy not in an adequate, helpful place, because there's a lot more to consider, because your ketogenic diet will not work as well. So you can count macros until the cows come home, but if you're not paying attention to how your mitochondria are gaining information from the food you're eating, then it's not going to benefit you far as much. And this is why. Your mitochondria have 5 cytochromes on them, okay? Cytochrome 1 through 5, the 5th one is ATPase, and these are also referred to as respiratory proteins. I know this is a little sciencey for some of you, but try to stick with me because it's really going to help you understand why the ketogenic diet can only get you so far and why you need to make these other shifts to help support your healing process. Okay, so those proteins, those respiratory proteins, they tunnel electrons across your cell membranes. So when you eat food, your mitochondria, your cells, see the input as electrons and protons, okay? The electrons are tunneled across your cell membrane, and the closer those respiratory proteins are together, the more efficient and the faster those those electrons are going to tunnel across your respiratory proteins. It's really important to have those respiratory proteins close together if you're someone who is preventing or treating cancer or other mitochondrial diseases, someone who has poor sleep, somebody who has poor energy. What this tells me is if you have any one of those conditions, that your respiratory proteins aren't close together. What happens is, due to modern technology, so exposure to non-native blue light, exposure to things like 5G technology, exposure to things like Wi-Fi and other non-native EMFs, what do they do to those cytochrome proteins? They spread them out. They spread them out. And so when you eat food, the electrons, no matter how many electrons are in your food, it's going to take them a lot longer to get across that cell membrane gradient. And what this does is it harms your mitochondrial health, because your mitochondria are going to be less effective the further those respiratory proteins are spread out. So let's break this down in simple terms so everyone can understand this. So the ketogenic diet works in a sense because it's a richer source of electrons than, say, a standard American diet. Carbohydrates, sugars, processed and packaged foods, these sort of things have a lot less electrons in them, okay? And so a ketogenic diet is typically when you're eating the appropriate and a healthy ketogenic diet, so not like a vegan ketogenic diet filled with plant oils. That's not going to be sufficient enough or have far enough electrons in it to help support your mitochondrial health, let alone be an enormous burden on your liver, pancreas, and other organs. So a ketogenic diet, in essence, is successful and helps people because they often up their electron intake via food by shifting their diet from one they were on before the ketogenic diet, okay? We can boil health down to this. The more electrons you have, the healthier you're going to be. That's one of the main keys to health. If you have a surplus of electrons, you're going to be super healthy. You're not going to have mitochondrial diseases or cancer or type 2 diabetes or anything like that, hormonal disorders, when you have more electrons. However, here's the thing. If those respiratory proteins are stretched out, it doesn't matter how many electrons you're getting via food, it's going to take those electrons a lot longer to get across your cell membrane gradient. And therefore, it doesn't matter how many electrons you're getting via food if those respiratory proteins are stretched out. What did I mention stretches out the respiratory proteins? Non-native blue light. So what is that? LED lights, the light on your computer screen, the light on your iPhone, the light on your iPad is all non-native blue light in vast abundance, okay? And this has many harmful effects on your health. I'm not going to get into all those today, but the one you need to keep in mind for today is how it stretches out your respiratory proteins and diminishes the rate at which electrons can move across your cells. If you really want to be healthy, those respiratory proteins need to be close together so electrons can shuttle efficiently and rapidly across that gradient. That is key to rectifying health. Now, or any health condition. Food gurus most of them don't know this yet. Books that are out there don't know this yet, and people get caught up in counting macros. So macronutrients are proteins, fats, and carbohydrates. And this is an issue because if you're exposed to non-native blue light, why do you think I'm wearing these like hideous glasses right now doing this video? Because they're tinted to block the blue light in my cell phone that I'm recording this video on right now, because I'm not willing to sacrifice the health of my mitochondria or mitochondrial proteins it's that big of a deal and it has that big of an impact. And many people are on the ketogenic diet hardcore since getting a cancer diagnosis or mitochondrial disease or seizures or epilepsy, these sort of things. And they get on the ketogenic diet and it helps them a little bit. They're feeling a little bit better, but either their cancer comes back or they never achieve the energy that they want or the health or the immunity that they want. And this is a main reason why, because we're exposed to non-native blue light on a continuous basis throughout our day, and we're not blocking it with things like blue blocking glasses, and we're exposed to alien frequencies like Wi-Fi, cell phone towers, 5G, all of these things, and they, even more so than the blue light, stretch the respiratory proteins. So there's a lot of things that you can do to help rectify this issue and bring your respiratory proteins closer together so that your mitochondrial health is working in a way that will support your health and well-being and healing process. So as I mentioned, in about 60 days, quantumlevelhealing.com will be launched, and you can learn more about all of this there. But until then, if you do one thing, get your blue blocking glasses, and you can go to my Facebook group or my current websites to learn more about which ones I recommend, either the ketocancersolution.com or ancestraldigestion.com, and you can check those out there. And of course, reduce your exposure to Wi-Fi, to 5G, to all of these alien frequencies. Alien frequencies meaning they're alien to the frequencies of our own body, and they cause a lot of harm to our body outside of this whole respiratory protein issue as well. But if you're someone with cancer, if you're someone with a mitochondrial disease, if you're someone who has tried keto and it's only gotten you so far, then this is something to really take into consideration. And those respiratory proteins get stretched just through the blue light energies going through your eyes and through it going through anywhere that your skin is exposed to these frequencies. So I hope you found this helpful, and if you have questions, please post below or visit me online or visit the Facebook group, the Keto Cancer Solution. Okay, good luck on your healing journey. See you next time.